fun to fall. From the 502, where we rep it true. Cardinal red, black and white, that's our crew. Ballin' hard on the court, scoring touchdowns too. Louisville's finest, we're coming through. Young center pack, freedom, all memories. Gridiron legends, Cardinal legacy. From Muhammad Ali to Lamar Jackson's fleet, we put on for the city, can't you see? Made for the Ville, yeah, we built different. L's up high, keep 'em raised to the ceiling. Cardinal Nation, feel the ground shaking. Made for the Ville, history in the making. Derby City flow, Southern hospitality. Slugger feel the churchill, we got duality. BB and who, we the real Kentucky. Cars fly together, that's our reality. From the west end to the east, Cardinal pride don't never cease. Throw your wheels up, let them know. Louisville's here to run the show. Made for the Ville, yeah, we built different. L's up high, keep 'em raised to the ceiling. Cardinal Nation, feel the ground shaking. Made for the Ville, history in the making. Made for the Ville, yeah, we built different. L's up high, keep 'em raised to the feeling. Cardinal Nation, feel the ground shaking. Made for the Ville, Louisville taking over.
Okay, good people. Let me know how to sound. It's not great on my end. That's okay. We won't need a lot of sound on my end. Give me a thumbs up or thumbs down on the sound. Shh. But listen, I'm still having problems, so it's going to sound the same on the radio show tomorrow if I don't get this fixed. Oh, man. Hold on. Thank you. Boom. Learning lesson. Jeff Jones, salute. Ain't felt like that since the Creighton game. I'm just kind of jumping around trying to catch up on it. Thurman in the building. Okay. God, what was worse, Jimmy Dykes or the referees? There ain't in the building. What's good? Healthy, probably got to get him healthy. I hope he's healthy. Brad, that's pretty funny. Okay, jump on in here, Midnight Family. Let's get rolling. Which one? Elaborate. Which play in particular? Welcome back, then. Jeez. Right? Larry, I feel you. Disappointed with the lack of communication on the floor. Too many easy buckets. Okay, making sure everything's good to go. Okay, I'm catching up. Nothing like a nice show to ease better. Ditto. Been a long time. That's okay. That's okay. Watch from the sidelines. Sucks to lose to a more aggressive team. The dunk was awesome. Michael Brown Jr. Okay, I'm gonna put out the disclaimer right now. If you're watching on Twitter or if you're watching on Facebook, I'm going to post the link so you can come watch it on YouTube because I have to shut down the Twitter. I will have to shut down the Twitter and the Facebook in a couple seconds. Let me see. So let me just make sure I got the link copied and make sure we on that. Okay. I'm posting a link on Twitter that you can go straight to the YouTube, but the YouTube channel is Made for the Ville, MadeForTheVille. What a cowardly move. What a cowardly move to try to call a double foul on Khalifa when he got the shoulder bump. What a cowardly move by the officials on that one. What a coward call. That made me feel like the fix was in right then. This game came down to playing 4 guards down the stretch. I don't know why he doesn't like K9. I think he's just uncomfortable with Kenai Ruth shooting, not confidently. Just expected a better showing. At what part? Pick and rolls killed us. The dunk was nasty. I can't believe he didn't get a foul call on that. I mean, like I said, I don't want the referees just bailing us out when we don't go strong, but when we do go strong, like, you got to get rewarded for that. Which parts of that is correctable? No mid-range, no post presence. The refs need to be investigated. I made sure I listened to every sentence of Jimmy Dykes down the stretch so I can make sure I'll never listen to him again. Khalifa's liability, great comeback, don't need threes. I mean, to me, any 3 in rhythm is a good 3. Poor ball movement. Yeah, that's the better call. 22% from 3. And we were still in it. That was nice. It's funny, if you listen to the Day Show, I brought up the question about who's gonna posterize an Arkansas player. I meant to say Michael Brown, but I didn't get it out. I kind of got sidetracked when I was listening to Steve's response. I got sidetracked. Ooh, I am looking forward to the post-game show. I mean, not the post-game show, because I am the post-game show. I was looking forward to I was looking forward to Coach Kelsey's post-game interview. So when anybody sees Kelsey's post-game interview up and running, let me know so I can jump on over to the YouTube and get it going. Sorry, I didn't mean to leave that up there. I will talk about my thoughts here in a couple of seconds. If y'all really want to hear just my raw, truest forms, depends too much on threes, no post game, no mid range, no rim protection. I thought we did decent at the rim. I mean, when listen, the way we play defense, that sometime that alley-oop is gonna sneak in behind you. I do agree with that. We need his athleticism. Yeah, listen, you got no still has Louisville's number. You no pat on the back on officiating for me. Yeah, but to come back and let them come back that much later and just shoulder bump them like that and then call a retroactive tech, that's bad officiating. That's bad officiating. And when we get to the basket, we got to play stronger getting to the basket. But you can see Pryor doesn't have much confidence right now. I mean, like I said, I still like what he's bringing to the table. Defensive rotation still rough. Or we have to have we have to take advantage of our advantage. There was definitely freshman growing pains. I'll rebound you and shoot 30 free throws. I know. It's coming. How was that now, man? Okay, you talking about Michael? It's more about the rhythm of the shot than the contest of the shot. I don't know if they played good defense. Oh, man. Frew, Khalifa, Kanai, Kaysen in a good rotation. I think that's big. Ugh. What I think with Hadley is in games like this, I don't think any of us are really good at, maybe a couple of us. I don't think overall we're good at like using the glass and playing fundamental around the basket, like playing strong on 2 feet, getting to the bank shot spots. Like, I know I sound like the oldest OG on the planet, but we got to play stronger on 2 feet around the basket. And it's frustrating. It is frustrating. You show a good fight, you get a couple shots to drop, and then you don't get anything really like going to the basket late. And like, we got to find some ways to get some fouls going to the basket, around the basket, just some pump fakes, some strong shots around the basket. I think we get pushed too easily. Jesus Christ. Who did Indiana lose to? I don't think this. I think Frew was pretty good. I don't think they have a physical style game, but I don't think they're soft. But they got to get in the paint, but you got to be strong in the paint to force fouls. But with as good as we shoot, 20 points is not a big deal. It's not good, but it's not a big deal. They attacked on that. I'm assuming that's what you meant. Who did IU lose to? And they got away. Arkansas got away with putting pressure on us and keeping us, outside without the the backdoor cuts. I do. It was tense. No, we gotta suffer tonight. I won't move on until I get my suffering out. But he has to. Roots has to take it. He has to take the minutes. He can't hope for the minutes. Can't wish for the minutes. He has to take the minutes. Maybe. Neutral site. That's a W. Man, there was no Louisville contingency or contingent there. But he has to be effective. I didn't like that whistle. And listen, in intense games, okay, Minnesota, thank you. And listen, it always goes back to the fundamentals in intense games. It always goes back to fundamentals. Strong with the ball, taking it to the basket, good shots. Mm-hmm. Mm. It's not just enough getting to the rim. It's getting to the rim with a strong base to where you can finish strong, pass strong, maintain possession strong. We're not the best at getting around a defender, an Arkansas guard, especially if they get a little handsy, if they get really handsy. Yeah, they hit the wall too. A-Cuff carried them because as a team, they kind of hit the wall. And I hate that because when they hit the wall, those free throws just help them keep the lead. At some point, the referees were supposed to stop giving them the flopping calls. It was good to see Isaac McNeely taking the ball to the basket. I agree. Because they're going to play him off the line. And he's athletic enough to finish. attacking the basket with angles to use the glass is still basic basketball. We got to have a jump hook. We got to have a big man comfortable getting the ball finished. Like I said, I didn't think Frew played bad. I still think he's getting adjusted. I think he played pretty good. That's an athletic front he was playing against too. Right? Hadley just has to get, like, when he gets to the basket, he has to get to those bank shot angles. Yeah, but it's like they're front runners though. They're front runners, and if they're getting all the calls, all the it's It's the same thing. Coach Cal just says, "Hey, just keep going to the basket. I'll make sure that we get our calls." It's the same. It's the same playbook. Just dive your head, go to the basket. I'll work the refs. Um. Hmm. I gotta say, I didn't like. I was really disappointed with Michael Brown's behavior in the first half. Out of all the takeaways, I was disappointed with Michael Brown's behavior in the first half. Coach Kelsey talks about how mature he is. I don't think he was very mature in that first half. You know, like, he was yelling about Kenai Roots getting open or not getting open, and just his okay, things like this. Okay, Michael Javon Hadley missed a switch or there was a miscommunication. And a thing like I hate personally when you start making these demonstrative motions. It's just like you're trying to show up people. And I've kind of felt Michael was showing up everybody. I mean, every time it was like, demonstrative and, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Or why aren't you doing this? Or why aren't you doing that? Every time something bad happened. And it's like, young fella, A-Cuff getting in your shit tonight early. Like, you're not having first of all, it's the first half. It looked like the A-Cuff thing was the Peterson thing. It looked like that was getting to you early, and you just started barking at your teammates. Again, this is my opinion. I'll have to go back and watch it. But there was a lot of communication that Michael Brown looked very, very out of sync. And when he got into it with Kenai Roots, you notice Kenai Roots was still on the court after that. Now, I don't know if he was already coming out or not, but Kenai Roots was still on the court. And Michael Brown has to see, somebody being open is about timing. It's like when they see quarterbacks go from college to pro. Hey, man, that's open. That's open. A college guy might not think it's open, but a pro guy knows, hey, listen, that ball got to be there. As soon as you go to get the ball, it's got to be there. And Arkansas was putting a lot of pressure on. A lot of bad threes. Yeah, Arkansas. Arkansas jumped right up there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He got to the boards. Frew got to the boards. Those late 3-point possessions, wasn't a fan of. You take the I know what you're saying. You take the refs out of the game by getting into the paint and playing stronger off 2 feet. But if you get in the calls, it makes you more aggressive. Getting all your calls. No, I mean the post game. One of the more athletic teams will play all year. I agree. I'm gonna wait till he does the full presser. Yeah, I'm gonna wait till he does the full presser. AC's gonna be tough. Yeah, right. Listen, I'm in the middle of the game and I'm like, I can't wait to play them in the Sweet 16. I agree. Frew is the only aggressive big. And again, I'm still Casey Pryor. He's just got to come along slowly. Yep. He had the same mannerisms. He had the same kind of trying to be here. And we get it. Like we get it. We get it. You know, it means a lot to him. He cares. You know. But he, like I said, everybody has an ego. Everybody has a little confidence. You know, they got some little chips on their shoulder. And A-Cup is stronger than Michael. It shouldn't take as many moves as Michael Brown had to do to get around somebody. And you see how in the second half, Michael Brown was just making one move and going to the basket and trusting his instincts. Earlier, he's still trying to shake people. And you can have all the moves in the world, but the simple moves are the ones that get you to the basket. You can have all the hezzies and all the spin. Simple moves, simple change of pace, stop and goes are undefeated. Change of pace moves are undefeated. Strong base, center of gravity, getting low and change of pace is undefeated. It's efficient. That's how you get to the basket and get to the basket effectively. Listen, I was screaming for Michael to get those fouls when he got pushed in the back and all that too. But when we go back to the lab, I'm like, you still gotta play stronger. Y'all gotta play stronger going to the basket. I think coach wants him to be a more of a 3-point threat or an offensive threat. Yeah, those late ones leave a bad taste in your mouth. Those late 3-pointers. I feel you. Arkansas in the ground, I feel you. Good game. I know. Then you got the OG Brazilian. Has the game of his life. He did. Yeah, and that's the point. He's going to have to look at his face. Like, he's going to have to look at his mannerisms, and he's your point guard. I mean, like I said, he's not a 4-year senior, but he's thrust into being even if it's not a locker room leader, you're a guide for your offense. You are a major weapon for your offense on a basketball team. Making these gestures, going like this. Like imagine being in a game and Javon Hadley makes a mistake on a switch and you do this. Like use your brain. And then another play, you come back to the bench yelling, they need to get open. That's two that I saw in live action, and I'm like, oh no, baby, no, young fella, that ain't gonna cut it. That ain't cut. I mean, listen, let everybody have a bad game. Let it be 6. Let it be 2 minutes and 16 seconds left in a 4-point game. Then you can say, hey man, come on, we gotta be sharp. But not like first half. A-Cuff got, what do you have, 8 assists in the first half? He's looking stronger. You looking like you kind of locked up. You're not getting any good looks in the first half. But you're making all these demonstrative motions and gestures and barking at people. It's like, no. Yeah. That's the play I was talking about when Michael didn't think Ruths was getting open. I know. It felt like every possession they had was just it was just something good was coming out of it. Yep. But Red State, we still are gonna have to find an offensive identity. An offensive identity outside of flares and screen to screener, stuff. Mm-mm. I want them again. I want them again in a neutral site where we got just as many fans as them. Michael Brown is older. I mean, Cup is tough. Yep, that's how it works. Yeah, I mean, listen, they eventually calmed the nerves and talked it out. Right? Yep. No, listen, that it was the exact mannerisms. It was the exact the pace at which it was the same mistakes. It was the same look of being a little bit out of rhythm. Not running the team. He was trying to outperform, it looked like. I didn't see the Arkansas prep. Play more zone. Elaborate on that. What do you want to see out of zone? I know. I agree. You got to be a threat. Or you got to make everybody a threat. I don't know. Maybe those last those screens that Khalifa got by sticking his butt out, maybe he was trying not to hurt the team and get fouled, or he knew they were going to be searching for those. Look, he was invisible. I know. I'm dishing out. I sound like aren't I just like the reincarnation of Denny Crum? mm. 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 I didn't think he played bad. I think we were dependent on him way too much. I don't think Michael Brown was getting open to come to the ball as much. I think he was just a little off kilter. I think we were just depending on Ryan Conwell. He was tired early. I don't think he was getting the same amount of breaks. If we go bring up the stats and look at what Ryan Conwell played in minutes, I think he had those Chucky Hepburn type minutes. Right? He looked like he's gonna be one of those 40-minute guys. The fouls on Adrian Woolley early. Michael Brown dunk was extremely nasty. Yeah. You lost a lot of time on the shot clock with the over dribbling. Again, that can be fixed. Listen, when you play one-on-one, the reason you only have 3 dribbles in one-on-one is because it teaches efficiency in basketball. Listen, if you can beat them, beat them. If you can't beat them with a one move and a counter, then you don't have a good angle. But like I said, we did run some isolations a little bit to get them some space, or to get our guard some space. But again, we have to play stronger. We have to play stronger. Like I said, it's early, first loss. I know. Hey, listen, you can watch a game. We can all get together. We can rent out a movie theater, and I'll sit in the front row. And on the intercom, I will be saying the same thing. And I will point out every spot on the court that a play would have had a different result if we were either lower, if we had a lower center of gravity, or we used the glass, getting low, using the glass, and holding your man off on passes, holding, pinning somebody behind you and giving the passer a target. You'd be amazed at how much that fixes everything. Yeah, but they hit the wall. They were dog tired. You mean just get some games in? The one shot attempt. See, that's my thing though. Like, after all these years, you got to have one comfortable shot around the basket that you can just go to anytime. At every spot, on this side, in the front of the rim, on the right side, you should just be looking for that corner of the backboard. God, I sound so lame. I sound so lame. The corner of the backboard, the layup spot. Everybody should know that. When A-Cup got that big time shot, that and one, it go right. They put their body into you and they used the glass. They shot one floater the entire night. They either dunked it or used the backboard. It matters. Fair. Actually, my girl Keisha, she's a big old Arkansas fan. I'm sure she's going to pop up on my Facebook sometime in the next 24 hours. It's going to irritate me. A-Cup did a good job of forcing the switch. Frew did a good job for the most part, but late A-Cup got his calls and took advantage. There's nothing Frew could do on that. Maybe we could have trapped. In hindsight, maybe we could have played a little different. But I'm gonna give A-Cup a lot of credit on how he played. Michael on that, when he was supposed to force A-Cup on that last dunk lob. Michael Brown let A-Cup, when he let him reverse and get outside that, we were done. And there was nothing Isaac McNeely could have done. There was nothing anybody could have done once A-Cup got reversed out of that pick and roll and got to the basket. This is a fact. No, you definitely got to upgrade the level of physicality. Yeah, and the coach got to see that. The coach got to see that coming. He had like 8 assists in the first 10 minutes. Yeah. I'd be fine if the first half was the worst half. I'd be fine with that. Yeah, he needs to be a threat or at least show threat. Right? That's a fair point. Arkansas did play tough in the first half. And then they busted us. Arkansas listen, I think A-Cuff single-handedly bailed them out. I think we didn't take it late. We had opportunities to take it late. But A-Cuff did a good job of getting them to the finish line. I can't believe he doesn't have a little bit of a, like I said, just a nice, comfortable jump hook. Was it Arkansas's length? Oh, I don't think Conwell. I think Conwell's good. I mean, he wasn't great. I think he was really good. Missed a couple shots, but I think he didn't force too much. He blew up a lot of screens. I know y'all don't. I know I sound like a dork when I say count the amount of screens he blew up on defense. He was in the right position most of the time. I'm telling you, everybody else was running away from the ball, and Conwell came to it. Go back and watch the game. Everybody was doing okay, I don't want to say this in a disparaging way, but there are ways for you to allow yourself to be defended or covered and let somebody else do the heavy lifting. And everybody was letting Conwell do the heavy lifting early. If you go back and watch that game, you'll see it. Now, you won't see it if you just watch the condensed version, but there were times where Arkansas was full court pressing or just pressuring when Louisville had the ball and Arkansas was pressuring and somebody picked up the ball. The aggression that Conwell came to the ball, it takes an energy to come get the ball really aggressively like Conwell did. And he had to burn a lot of energy keeping the ship running straight. Michael Brown was not going to get the basketball with conviction. And if you watch it, and Coach Calipari saw it, and I guarantee, for whatever you don't like about that sideline, Tyler Eulis, Calipari, Brad Calipari, whoever's on that sideline, they saw that we were on our heels during the pressure. And they knew if Conwell has to do all this work, he won't have the legs to carry him. Now, this one, I saw this out the corner of my eye. Listen, Fruit will be fine. That is the funniest part of the entire night. At least at one point, every single Louisville fan across the planet was like, y'all stupid. Listen, that is the funniest part about the entire night, is that every single Louisville fan at one point or another said, y'all stupid. That's a fact. What you said is an absolute fact. Because I know I said it and I thought it. Look, during one of those commercial breaks, when I was on my way to the bathroom, I was like, they really feel stupid. I know you look silly, and I know you feel silly. And anybody just saying, "Oh, I wouldn't have had it any other way," I'm like, you're not telling the truth. You're not telling the truth at all. Yeah. You got to get better. You got to get better. You got to get fun. You got to clean up some things fundamentally. Sometimes we're having too much trouble getting the ball in bounds. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny. I was talking with, let's just say, some of the OGs, and we would spend so much time setting a pick, reverse pivoting, and coming to get the ball. Like our inbounds plays. Like, doesn't it look like we're about to get a 5-second call on a lot of our inbound plays? I feel like we're all holding our breath a little too often on inbounds plays. Yeah, just some maybe a leadership class, a one film session leadership class with Peyton. You know what? I'd rather Wooly be playing hard like that. I need him playing aggressive. I just don't think people appreciate the little things he was doing. T Rizzle in the building, salute. You mean with Wooly? You see what you just did? Let this be a lesson. Let this be a lesson. You're using his 4 for 16 shooting night to define how he played the game of basketball tonight. That's your comeback. Is he went 4 for 16. How many of those 4 for 16 did he have to force up? Let's just say hypothetically, he went 4 for 16, but 4 of them were late shot clock shots. Let's say another 4 of them were end of the game. Nobody's getting any looks, and we're trying to cut the lead. So now, what are we down to? 4 of 8 in the good shots. He blows around somebody late, gets a bucket at the basket, gets fouled at the basket late, coming to handle the ball, coming to get us in our offense when it's stagnant. You don't factor in the defense. You don't factor in the passing lanes. None of that. The way he played, A-Cup when he had the opportunity, all that stuff. All you just went is stop it, MM. He went 4 for 16. So that means he just sucked. We need to sit down together, crack a bottle, and I can give you a full, or maybe there's something you saw that I didn't see outside of just his shooting percentages. But I watched the game. Oh, those are adults though. Gosh, Terrence and Chuck, you learn so many little things. You learn how to be stronger. Kobe Rogers. We might need some more Kobe Rogers. That's a great idea. What do you mean, good idea? I won't say the entire game, but it took him a while. He hit the shots we wanted him to take. I still thought, I think he got tired. I agree. But that was in the notes. These are These are all Arkansas scouts. These are all Arkansas scout notes. And I think I got another one that I got pissed off and tore off another page. I know it sucks in the middle of the game when you're already knowing, like, you got to learn how much you got to learn from this. Fruit fell a couple times. I went crazy. Did y'all watch James Scott the other day for Ole Miss? It didn't seem like Roots played much in the second half at all. Not lame, but old. Yeah, fair enough. Like I said, you got to get better. I'm a fan of athletic bigs and teaching them to put it off the glass or dunk it. Film session is going to be bad. I agree. They got away with putting their hands on Michael Brown a lot. But those are the things you're going to have to do to learn to beat the fix. You're going to have to learn to beat the fix by powering through physical play. Like, that goes without saying. You're going to have to learn to beat the fix by playing through physical play. And once the film is out, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to run physical defenders off of Michael Brown all day long and wait for him to get frustrated. That's what college scouting does. Oh, yeah. Listen, but once they ran out of the good lucky shooting, we had our opportunities. He was the outlier. I can't argue. Yeah, please take a second to hit the like button on the YouTube channel, please. Yeah, but without playing around with the ball. And that, again, he's going to realize you're not going to shake people all the way off you. You're going to have to use your angles and you're going to have to be physical and low and strong. Like, nobody's going to give you these calls for getting touched. I mean, listen, that's a Coach Cal roster, though. Okay. I agree with you, but I disagree. I agree they got to quit getting called for fouls, but I don't think they're going to be called for fouls in most environments like that. And I think we got the depth to make them keep playing aggressive. It's tough to press. It's tough to press when you got real athletic, fast guards, and they're not scared to throw alley-oops in the back. Because any team that can handle the press can throw alley-oops. And it's tough. It's tough to stop alley-oops. It's tough to stop the alley-oops. He sure does. I disagree with that. We look a little shook up. I agree. But again, in tough environments, with high anxiety environments, that's when you got to go back to the simple stuff. Simple fundamentals, simple getting to the basket, simple pump fake, drawing the foul, going to the free throw line. That's how you calm your nerves. That's how you calm the team's nerves. That's what Chucky was so good at. That's what Rain understood. Like, older players understand you got to get fouled. Pryor is moving better little by little. He really looked uncomfortable when he had that break by himself. God, he looked so uncomfortable, though. He looked better. The break by itself, he had too much time to think about everything. But when he just played and responded and reacted, he looked like he was moving better. Better, stronger paint touches will facilitate better three-point looks. It's just like I say, we say it all the time in football. You open up the passing game by running the ball. It's the same thing in basketball. You're gonna open up the threes by playing strong in the paint, getting fouls in the paint. Home court matters. Locke doesn't think so, but home court matters. They did give him some good home cooking. They and it's like, even when you look at the fouls, even if the fouls look close to similar, it's like, yeah, our fouls were out at half court and their fouls were shooting fouls. And they got them in the bonus quick. He'll see that. Again, this will be a extremely healthy film session for Michael, because a lot of times we talk about him being unfazed, unbothered, stoic, stuff like that. But you could see his range of emotions and his behavior, his mannerisms flared up. They needed that one. Yeah, but it's still up to us not to let that. Actually, Louisville. Actually, I think the refs gave Arkansas beer muscles more than they took our aggression away. Yeah, I'm gonna like that. I did. Listen, you won't get me arguing. Yeah, blame. I won't use salute. I won't use the word blame. It definitely had an effect. Jump on in here with the Midnight Family. And like those pushes in the backs on rebounds, like those weren't being called both ways. I don't care what anybody says. They weren't being called equal on the rebounding fouls. Just yes. No, Red State, yes. Yes, that makes you a horrible person if you said that. Look, I'll give you the emotional pass, but I'll give you the emotional pass or a cocktail pass. But just sometimes you got to admit that the bad person inside you won. The little angel and devil on your shoulder, just say the devil won right there. He just won that match. No. Yeah. Like we got to learn. I know. U.S. Reed. Did y'all hear how many names Jimmy Dykes read off on Cal's Kentucky rosters and guards? And did you, like, boy, I hope you had them all written out. Did Jimmy Dykes just go off the dome and freestyle 15 Kentucky guards in the middle of a Louisville, Arkansas game? I swear I'd put in, if I'm Kelsey, I'd send a note and say that was just unacceptable commentating. But he don't care about that, and he can't care about that, and he's not supposed to care about that, and I feel him not caring about that. Is Coach uploaded yet? Okay, this UK press conferences, blah, blah, blah. Let me go check. Let me see if it's Kelsey. Okay, I haven't heard him hit the podium just yet. Again, please help keep an eye out for me, y'all. I'll just leave it on the men's basketball account over here on Twitter. What next? Get dunked on and roll your ankle. And he dunked on 3 people. And that should have been that should have been a foul call just by the way the refs was calling fouls. Like I said, I'm gonna tell Sanan Defru, you gotta go in there stronger. You know what I'm saying? When Brazil got that block, but I'm still like, come on, ref. Y'all been calling that all day. There's no way that an Arkansas player doesn't get that foul called when Sanan Defru went to that basket. No way. Mm-mm. Yeah, either call him or don't call him. The over the backs. Oh God, I don't have my hookups. You know what? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. We'll get in here. We'll jump in here real quick. Let's see. Let's see here. Boom. If I hear. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear 93.9. I don't want to hear 680. Kidney pain. Keith, that's pretty funny.
Defensively, obviously, the things that I just
I
touched
don't
on
have
there.
my speaker.
The moving without the basketball.
Gosh darn
like
it,
when
sorry,
you're playing.
I don't have my whole hookup. Sorry. I can't play the post game. Y'all might have to do that on your home setups. That's pretty funny. we got to do that. Points with contact instead of trying to commit fouls and not make free throws. I mean, some of that stuff you gotta learn through experience. Yeah. Like I said, I don't think he played bad. I think he didn't shoot. He didn't get the good looks. I think they did a great job defensively. I think he had to do a lot of other things he doesn't normally have to do. Hole, we dug a deep hole. Or he has to mature at a faster pace, but him maturing is gonna take him having to it's gonna be hard to watch him act up when he and coach, let's just say him and Coach Siva, this is because that's fun. When he and Coach Siva have to look at the video together and see him reacting and being all demonstrative and all that stuff, I think Michael Brown, he cares enough that he's gonna see and be a bit embarrassed. I'm grabbing a cord really quick. So if we can hold on. Hold on. Coming right back. Yeah, I think Michael Brown, he just needs some good video sessions. And they're just gonna have to show him how the times where we're not getting in a good offense. We're not even getting a shot at running a good offense sometimes. And the way he's responding to these high intensity situations, especially when there are big name opponents, especially freshmen, especially point guards. Those are just, he's going to have to see it. You're going to have to point it out to him. He's going to have to see it. Let's see if the speaker is going to give, because I got to know what y'all listening to too. Hold on. Yeah, he's just going to have to see some good film session. And just like I said, look at mannerisms and get some accountability. Hold on, that's gonna change.
Last week, even after, a win, Michael had 7 assists last week, and obviously, the competition last week was, who they were. But that is the recipe. Is not just him driving to get, dunks or get fouls or anything.
Yeah.
It's him driving and kicking and getting guys involved. But either way,
can y'all hear that clear?
Because I can't. Downhill, and he can get downhill pretty much against anybody he wants. I mean, he can get downhill against anybody he wants.
Up. Sorry, y'all.
If he is, once he realizes that his job on this team.
This then. If coach is up, we got to get the coach. Okay, I'm gonna pull the comments off really quick. But y'all can see the comments being live action. Let's go see. So he's saying Coach Kelsey's up. That means I can find him. Should be able to find him here. Hope y'all didn't lie to me. If it's on Twitter, let me know. If it's on YouTube, let me know. Okay. Think it's been sent to me. Haven't got it yet. Where is it at? Did you send it to me email? Come on. I got to get the coach. Come on. What do we, hold on. Nope. I can't do it with the text. Send it to my Twitter. My phone ain't connected to this. Okay, y'all. We're efforting Coach Pat Kelsey. As soon as I get somebody to okay, there it goes. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you. Boom, we got it. Okay. Turn that down a little bit too. Bam.
All right. Go ahead and we'll have Coach Kelsey start us off with an opening statement. Credit to Arkansas. They were the better team tonight. Felt like they were the aggressor early, jumped on us. We fouled too much, and they got a ton of offensive rebounds.
Sound check. Are we good?
Fouling part of it is discipline. Offensive rebounding, they got 43% of their misses. That's just the physicality and toughness that they played with, and it can't happen. So we have to rebound quickly. We have a very quick turnaround. We have a very talented, well-coached Indiana team in 2 days. So we got to get home, have 2 great days of preparation, and luckily we get back out there quickly and get a chance to redeem ourselves because we need to.
Questions for Coach Kelsey?
Coach Sandlins, Field 68. What did they do defensively, you think, to kind of run you guys off the line? What they do well?
They have a lot of length and athleticism. Pressured us, did a lot of switching, just to try to, mess up our rhythm, and did a good job of that. First half especially, we were very discombobulated. I think we didn't play a disciplined style basketball. We weren't us, as I told the guys. And I thought in the second half, whatever we scored, 52 points, thought we played better on the offensive end. When it got late, it was a 6-point game. I thought we got rushed. We were right there. We just need to get some stops and string together a couple really good offensive possessions. And I thought we got really hurried. And again, you credit Arkansas. A lot to learn from this one. So, we'll pick apart the tape. But we quickly got to turn the page and get ready for Indiana.
What's the way you guys responded in that second half encouraging to you?
Yeah, I mean, we played better, but it wasn't to our standard. It's a great atmosphere tonight. Thought the crowd had a big impact on the game. It was a great college basketball atmosphere. Just don't think we responded the way we need to, but we will.
Had a big impact on the game.
We'll dust ourselves off, get back to work, and we'll be better in 2 days.
Arkansas really trusted Darius Acuff with the ball in his hands down the stretch, ran a lot of pick and roll options for him. Just, what makes him that special of a player at his age to have this big of a game in his hands?
Yeah. We have to be better in our middle pick and roll coverage. I thought, that was an area of the game that we needed to be better. And then, they didn't shoot a high percentage from the field, and they shot, relatively low percentage from 2. The big difference in the game was our inability to keep them off the free throw line and our inability to keep them off the offensive glass.
Yep.
Pat, when you speak about the fouls, being tied to discipline, was that more so just guys, not being in the right place defensively and trying to overcorrect, or just, what were your thoughts about just, how they were able to kind of out fouls like that?
Yeah, a lot of all what you just said, whether it's being in a better position, being more disciplined in our pick and roll coverages.
They want you to criticize the officiating.
Playing with our chest instead of our hands. Yep. I got to go back and watch the tape, but the statistics scream that. We didn't turn them over. So if you're going to foul and put on the free throw line, you need to be able to create turnovers, and we didn't do that either.
You've mentioned a couple of times about the offensive rebounds. How much is that just physicality and what kind of goes into correcting it?
Yeah, as you know, Jody, we're a very good rebounding team. We always have been. We pride ourselves on that area. It's a fight, on the defensive end. Part of it is, again, without watching the tape, the discipline to make sure you're checking out, you're blocking out, you're being physical with that. But then it's a loose ball up in the air, and you just got to go get it. And 43% of your misses getting back is a very, very, very high percentage, and unacceptable. And we need to clean that up.
Coach, what do you think of what Brazil brought to Arkansas? It made a lot of really athletic plays.
Yeah, especially in the first half. I think he got them off to a really good start, made a couple threes. He was playing really, really well. He disrupts the game defensively with his length. But had a very, very good offensive game tonight as well.
What was just your message to the guys after this one?
Well, some of it I'll just say for between me and the team, but it was unacceptable. Just, we pride ourselves on being great in the process every day, and we are. I was proud of our guys and their approach and how we practice, but
He wanted to see the attitude stuff.
you do that every day, so you develop great habits so that when you're in these environments, you just, as we always say, you trust your training. And on both ends of the ball, the things we value and that we hold our guys accountable on the offensive and defensive end, it just wasn't good enough. And then, the rebounding and the undisciplined fouling. I just told them there's a ton to clean up, and as they know, we will clean all of it up. But the big thing is that we got to have a great response to adversity. We haven't faced a lot of that this year, and it's the first opportunity to respond in a big time way, and we need to, because we got to get ready for a really good Indiana team in 2 days.
Yeah, you've spoken about several times about, when you go back, I guess at halftime or after a game, like you hear players already kind of beating you to the punch, just in terms of, talking about things that maybe need to change, or, just things you need to keep doing well. Was that the case at halftime tonight? How could you tell the guys, were trying?
Yeah, they know, and they knew after the game too. All the things that I talked about, those guys know. We hang our hat on anything. It's our toughness and our tenacity, and it's our physicality. And they were better than us tonight in those areas. And that's just unacceptable. And those guys knew that. And before I even got in the locker room, those guys had already addressed a lot of that.
Toughness.
You didn't get a ton of minutes from Kaysen, but you got a couple of really good minutes in the second half from him. I felt like on both ends. It's kind of a step in the right direction for him.
Yeah. There's things that everybody on the floor, him included, that we could have done better. But, he's been working hard on his rehab to get back after recovering from his knee injury. And then he had the setback with the concussions and missed a couple games. So he just has to continue to trust the process, continue to do the right things, and good things will happen
Eat
for him.
healthy, Kaysen.
All right, thanks everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. He's already thinking about Indiana. He actually has 50. We, as the Midnight Family, I'm not going to be going this long, but we have 52 minutes to be pissed off. And then we'll have another 2 hours tomorrow to be pissed off from 10 to 12 on 93.9. I need to make sure I get my stuff fixed before the show tomorrow. I do have a backup plan, so it won't be echo audio tomorrow, guaranteed. But Kaysen just got to stay the course. Michael Brown was out of sorts, but I would like for us to have some more effective play calls when we look out of sorts. And I know that's not Coach Kelsey's style, so I'm not like going against his style of getting play calls, but we got to have a signal to remind Michael Brown, you're a little too worked up. But be you. But don't waste dribbles. If you can beat a dude, beat a dude. Be strong when you go around the dude. We got to get better at being strong. A-Cup was an excellent example of being strong with the basketball. Like, I know the last person in the world that wants to hear that is Michael Brown Jr. And anybody that try to tell him that point guard was stronger than you with the ball, he was stronger than you with his passes, he was stronger than you with his stopping the penetration, it's going to hurt his feelings. He don't want to hear that. The reactions to situations, and I'll back up Michael and I'll say, hey, it was a tough environment, and we weren't getting the calls and that. But you buckled under that. You bounced back in the second half, and you start being more efficient. But in the first half, it got the better of you. And no disrespect, but Arkansas got some players. Listen, Gary Crump, Arkansas got some players. At the end of the day, don't lose sight of that. Yeah, right. Yeah, like I said, elements to be disappointed 100%. Elements, plays, like I said, managing emotions is a growth thing. Managing situations is a growth thing. Again, improving at getting good shots on high pressure, long athletic teams, that is a must. If we don't get better at that, we will be home. Shout out. I almost forgot. As soon, you know what? I got some beef tips and rice, and I'm going to make some green beans. It's going to be a late night meal after a good cocktail. But to counteract that great meal, first thing in the morning, I'm going to have some beets and pineapple and lime. And I got this honey. I got this super pure organic honey that is going to make the bomb morning drink. Appreciate you. Shout out. That's going to be awesome. Hold on. Don't turn one loss into two. I was wondering if Arkansas was going to do the L's down. It's a process. It's an urgent process. I can move on to optimistic. Fair enough. Don't let one. Adam, you gotta text him something. You gotta text him something extra when you get in there. Because listen, he stay on the text line, so you gotta give him an extra shout out. Because he's going to be on the text line before we even start the show. He's going to be reading the text for the first 20 minutes of the show to see how everybody feeling. Good night for the people jumping out here. Actually, you know what? 10 o'clock, we're going to be locked in, loaded, all that good stuff. So listen, we'll continue. Listen, the people, if you know, you know. If you rock out, you rock out. We know what time it is.
From the 502, where we rep it true. Cardinal red, black and white, that's our crew. Ballin' hard on the court, scoring touchdowns too. Louisville's finest, we're coming through. Young center pack, freedom, all memories. Gridiron legends, Cardinal legacy. From Muhammad Ali to Lamar Jackson's fleet, we put on for the city, can't you see? Made for the Ville, yeah, we build different. L's up high, keep them raised to the ceiling. Cardinal nation, feel the ground shaking. Made for the Ville, history in the making. Derby City flows, southern hospitality. Slugger feel the church, we got duality. BB and who, we the real Kentucky. Cars fly together, that's our reality. From the west end to the east, Cardinal pride don't never cease. Throw your wheels up, let them know Louisville's here to run the show. Made for the field, yeah, we built different. L's up high, keep them raised to the ceiling. Cardinal Nation, feel the ground shaking. Made for the bill, history in the making. Made for the field, yeah, we built different. L's up high, keep them raised to the feeling. Cardinal Nation, feel the ground shaking. Made for the field, Louisville taking over.